Classic Care Platino Progreso que trae 0 copagos en visitas a médicos primarios y especialistas, $100 para espejuelos cada año, 300 para audífonos cada año y más. Llama ahora a MCS Classic Care.
Yachty couldn't find the ball, but they retrieved it quickly enough to keep Jones and Yelich from advancing. Breaking ball down and in. They said the whole series that's a dangerous pitch. Right-hand hitter to look at right-hand pitcher, left-hand hitter.
And now Arenado lays down the bunt. The throw to third is in time. Well, Nolan Arenado doing anything he can to help contribute offensively. He had struck out in 7 consecutive at-bats.
And I think that was on his own. See, he didn't square like a sacrifice bunt. Unfortunately for Arenado, wanted it right back to the pitcher. Jimenez allegedly made the right play. And I don't think Jim Leyland would put the sacrifice bunt on with his cleanup hitter.
Well, I've heard struggling players say that all the time. Sometimes all you need to see is the ball hit the bat.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that was on his own, and had he gotten it down, would have been a good play.
Jimenez, 22-year-old reliever in the Tiger system, will face Eric Hosmer with swings and misses. Hosmer has walked a couple of times tonight. 2 of the 4 walks for Seth Lugo. 3-0 Team USA. Ian Kinsler a 2-run home run in the 3rd. Kinsler also singled and scored here in the 5th. Christian Yelich with the RBI single. He's on at 2nd, and Arenado is at 1st. This was during the pregame warm-ups and introductions. When Eric Hosmer was introduced, you see that Ace 30 wristband. That, of course, honoring his late teammate, Giordano Ventura, who tragically passed away in a car accident at home in the Dominican earlier this offseason. That death, along with Andy Marte, who passed earlier that night, unfortunately, rocking the baseball world, and the Dominican Republic have been hanging the jerseys in their dugouts and in their clubhouse to honor their fallen comrades. Towards short, Lindor. 1, not in time at first. Little bit of a double clutch from Lindor at short, and maybe even Baez at 2nd. And just enough for Hosmer to reach and keep this inning alive.
Yeah, it wasn't a clean exchange. You see Lindor get to it, and then loses the handle on the ball. As a result, Baez really made a miraculous catch as he had to lean out toward the outfield to keep the ball from going into right field. You see him reach over to his throwing arm side, and that eliminated any chance of getting Hosmer to double play. So Team USA gets an extra out there, which looked like it would have been an inning-ending double play.
Instead, Andrew McCutchen steps to the plate. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Down the right field line, moving over is Rosario, but it will reach the seats. McCutchen's a guy who we showed you just the 3 hits in 19 trips, but he has come up with a couple of big hits for Team USA. A double, 3 RBIs. And as a club, there's not really one player who's tearing the cover off the ball. I mean, Hosmer's pretty close. He's 9 for now 25. Oh, nicely done by Lindor, who gets up and throws, not in time. And Yelich will score the 4th run.
What a great effort by Francisco Lindor. This looked like it was going to be in the left field. And Lindor with that drive. In fact, Andrew McCutchen, I think had begun to swing out like he was going to round the bag and head towards second. You see Andrew take a glance at it. Now he's thinking about, whoa, I better turn around the checks here. Almost got caught. You know, he thought it was going to be in the left field. He's going to make his turn. And he had to turn on the afterburners to beat the throw. Nice effort by Lindor.
Well, 2 runs home in this inning, and now Brandon Crawford. Just low, a ball and no strikes. Crawford lined out to Lindor in the second, grounded to second in the fourth. A 4-0 lead for Team USA in this WBC championship game. Puerto Rico has not lost a game yet, 7-0 entering play.
Well, as ineffective really as a team the hitters have been, what this 4-0 lead does for hitters is that bat feels a little lighter in their hands. You know, they're not going to grip it quite as tight because there's not that pressure trying to knock in a run when it's a 0-0 game. Slider, Joe Jimenez, that's what he's known for. He's 22 years old. Tigers have high hopes for him. Moved up the minor league system last year.
Well, Puerto Rico has not trailed much, if at all, in this tournament. Their run differential plus 37 coming into this ballgame. Now 1-2 Crawford. So they've outscored their opponents by 37 runs. I mean, you talk about how dominant they've been. Their offense has been great. Their pitching staff has been great. They'll be trailing at least 4-0 when they head to the bat rack in the bottom of the 5th inning. Team USA looking for even more insurance. 2 on and 2 out for Crawford off the end of the bat. And this is Lindor for out number 3. But 2 more runs come across for Team USA. They have opened up a 4-0 lead. They're feeling good. McCutchen certainly is. We're back in a moment.
Están en anuncio, cuando viren pues seguirán viendo el juego. Mala mía por tumbarlo ahorita, es que tuvo un problema y pues se tumbó, pero ya estamos aquí. Que enseñan al juego de Puerto Rico.
Cero prima mensual, cero copago al médico primario, especialistas, medicamentos, laboratorios, rayos X, hospitalización y emergencia. Y te cubrimos los espejuelos.
Oyeron bien, amigos amigos. Espejuelos. Confíen en el equipo experto de Triple S Advantage.
787-522-4043.
Sumérgete en el sabor de Subway. Vuelve a disfrutar nuestro son de pescado empanado. Delicioso filete de pescado ligeramente empanado y horneado a la perfección. Acompáñalo con tus ingredientes favoritos, siempre frescos. Son de pescado empanado en Subway.
La acidez estomacal puede ser dolorosa. Obtén alivio rápido y duradero con Gaviscon. Neutraliza el ácido estomacal y ayuda a mantenerlo abajo durante horas. Alivia la acidez estomacal con Gaviscon.
Tú por encima de todo.
Con el iPhone 7 de Claro, puedes mostrar los momentos increíbles de la vida. Con la mayor cobertura, puedes estar conectado e inspirar a otros a creer en sus sueños. iPhone 7 de Claro, deja que las emociones te conecten con lo que amas. Ahora te regalamos el iPhone 7 con Internet 4G LTE ilimitado sin reducción de velocidad en planes con todo ilimitado al cambiarte a Claro, la red más poderosa.
Triple Play de Copaca, con bajos intereses en préstamos personales de auto y transferencia de tarjetas. 70 años de crecimiento constante. Copaca. Y va a seguir.
Back in Los Angeles, Team USA with a 4-0 lead as they move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Paul Severino, Jim Cott back with you. Team Puerto Rico has not lost a game yet in this WBC. They also haven't registered anything in the hit column just yet, as Marcus Stroman has been superb. He'll face Carlos Beltran, Yadier Molina, and Javier Baez. Beltran will face the shift to begin things here in the 5th. 47th pitch of the night for Stroman.
And that's the first time he's missed the strike zone. That's in the last 8 hitters, 7 straight first pitch strikes, and this is a key inning for him. You say, why got 4-0 lead? Well, starting pitchers call this the shutdown.
Ahí es, zona, esa es la actitud, vamos. Esto es Puerto Rico, vamos a ver. Vamos a ver qué hacemos, Puerto Rico. No nos mismos. Estoy desde hace rato, pero como estoy grabando con el teléfono para que me dure un poco más la carga, lo puse a cargar el loque y puse el directo en la 5ª entrada. Pero vamos a ver si me da el teléfono, si no busco el cargador y lo conecto a las millas. Quiero que este video esté en mi canal. Vamos a ver qué es la que hacemos. Vamos a ver.
Start from right here. They won the first half, see if we can win the second half.
A ball and 2 strikes to Beltran. And on the backhand, it's Crawford alone. Throw.
Ave María.
All that open land, and Crawford's there.
Well, know your hitter and know his speed. There's no hurry. Just nice, steady footwork. Knows that Beltran not gifted with great speed at this age, and then Crawford's got a strong, accurate arm, and Stroman appreciates it. Good idea by Beltran, try to poke it the other way.
Hitters 2 for their last 27 against Marcus Stroman. Yadier Molina takes a look at strike 1.
Era la misma bola, la misma. Fue la misma. Ya, ese árbitro está loco. La otra tenía que cantar bola también, man.
And thought the hitter may not be ready.
And that's the second time that we have seen a Puerto Rico batter just step out and allow the pitch to occur. Saw the same thing with Carlos Correa earlier in this game. Although that time Yanni asked for time and it wasn't granted, but a ball and 2 strikes.
Toma, ahí está.
Crawford. 2 away.
Una quinta entrada y todavía no entra una tarjeta. Quinta entrada y todavía Puerto Rico no da un hit, mano. Pero sí, no, está increíble.
That looks much more timeable. Whereas Stroman, you can see how it's disrupting the rhythm of the hitters. Takes a little time, then he steps quickly and varies his time between pitches. Very effective.
Now it's Javier Baez who struck out in the 2nd. One of 3 strikeout victims tonight for Marcus Stroman. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. Well, this 4-0 deficit for Team Puerto Rico, the largest that they have faced in this World Baseball Classic. Mention the fact that their run differential was plus 37 coming into this game. Led all teams with 55 runs scored, and their pitching staff has been superb. Entering this game a 2.29 ERA, but Team USA, thanks to a home run and a couple of infield singles, a 4-0 lead. Yelich had a clean single to right, but a home run and 2 singles nonetheless. Carlos Beltran to lead things off in the second. But Stroman came right back, got a double play ball. He has faced the minimum to this point. 3-1 to Baez. Well, a busy inning for Crawford. 3 ground ball outs to short. Another 1, 2, 3 inning. 4-0 as we go to the 6th.
Mira eso. 0 y más.
Tu salud merece calidad. En Manatí Medical Center encuentras un hospital de clase mundial. Tu salud merece compromiso. Nuestra facultad médica te ofrece un cuidado de excelencia. Tu salud merece innovación. Tenemos la tecnología más avanzada y servicios especializados a tu disposición. Tu salud merece dedicación. Te ofrecemos el servicio y la atención que buscas. Tu salud merece a Manatí Medical Center, las manos que te cuidan.
Claro, tiene un super plan con todo ilimitado. La velocidad nunca baja. Incluye un smartphone gratis para vacilar. A 20 smartphone.
¡Cámbiate a Claro ya!
De cualquier manera que lo pongas. Y seré tu novia y tú mi novia.
Dímelo, Daniel Alfonso Fernández, que es la que hay.
Juégale a la Lotería de Puerto Rico con un primer premio semanal de $250,000 y más de 3 millones en premios libres de impuestos. Todos los jueves, la suerte te está buscando.
Hey, aquí ya estamos saliendo de nuestra primera práctica. Me siento como toda una profesional. Me encanta estudiar en Colombia.
En Columbia Central University sabemos que lo quieres ya. Por eso te ofrecemos los cursos de tu profesión desde el primer día. Matricúlate hoy. Columbia Central University.
Cuando consumes local, ayudas a miles de empresas puertorriqueñas. Las cervezas de Puerto Rico, Silver King, Medalla y Magna, elaboradas por Cervecera de Puerto Rico. Apoya lo local.
Para lograr nuestras metas, tenemos que sacar lo mejor de cada uno.
Yo estoy aquí por los padres que luchan por sus hijos. Yo estoy aquí por mi familia, por mi pueblo, por mi país.
Universal, comprometidos con Puerto Rico.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of World Baseball Classic Incorporated and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Boy, oh boy, if he keeps pitching like this, Marcus Stroman might have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He has been amazing. Giancarlo Stanton to lead things off. Jonathan Lucroy and Ian Kinsler to follow. And Stanton will reach the seats on that foul ball. Stanton 0 for 2 tonight, couple of strikeouts. Facing a new pitcher for the Dominican Republic. Jose Barrios comes in on the hands, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, live stuff. He didn't have a very impressive record last year with the Minnesota Twins. Top draft pick in 2012. Still short of his 23rd birthday, so the Twins have high hopes for him being part of their starting rotation.
Now 1-2. Caught a lot of it, held up. 2-2. Despite the fact that he's so young, just 22 years old, this is his second WBC. He actually took the loss against the Dominican Republic in the final game of pool play just before his 19th birthday in 2013. But he gets Stanton to swing and miss and chase for out number 1.
Yeah, boy, that has some giddy up on it. 3-2. Not where Molina wanted it. And you see Giancarlo standing so far away from the plate, it didn't affect him on that swing. But with all the shifts and, like in his case, having trouble with the outside pitch, one thing you don't see hitters do a lot is you'll see pitchers move around in the rubber. They don't move in the batter's box. Like, would you think about moving closer to the plate so you can reach that outside corner a little easier?
Lucroy takes a look at one outside. Lucroy singled and scored in the third on the Ian Kinsler two-run home run. He also flew out to right field in the fourth.
Played with Hall of Famer Rod Carew, great batting champion, and he danced around that batter's box in a few different places. And you got a sinker baller, well, move up in the box, get it forward breaks. But for the most part, today's game, you seldom see hitters adjust in the batter's box.
Well, that is a tight break from Barrios, isn't it?
Yeah, the stuff is there. Just like Lugo tonight. I mean, a lot of strikeouts, but again, making those quality pitches deep in the count, he wasn't able to do.
Just wide of the bag, and it stays 1-2. Well, the promise on Barrios certainly high. The Twins took him with the 32nd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's the highest drafted Puerto Rican-born player ever. And at just 22 years old, still a high ceiling on this youngster.
And we mentioned Puerto Rico, baseball was down there a little bit because of the draft. Prior to 1990, they were all free agents. You could just come sign with anybody you wanted. And in the draft, you know, not as many kids got a chance to play. They didn't get drafted unless you were a top prospect like Barrios. Now with Lindor and Correa and Baez and the talent that's coming to the front, there's more and more interest in Puerto Rico.
He's got a couple of strikeouts in this inning as he gets Stanton and Lucroy back-to-back. Back to Ian Kinsler, who in the third inning got the scoring started with this high drive to left center, just out of the reach of Kike Hernandez. A two-run home run to give Team USA a 2-0 lead at that point.
Seguro, Giancarlo, tú sabes, puñeta, Puerto Rico va a ganar. Vamos, puñeta. Sí, así mismo, vamos, puñeta.
Their job is to set the table, and they certainly have.
Yeah, they're the ones that have received the most hittable pitches and cashed them in.
He's a magician back there, isn't he?
He is, and you know, when you have a catcher like that with that reputation, sometimes have an influence on the umpire as well. So many great Molina catchers. Jose, Benji.
Well, Jose's on the coaching staff. Benji's here today. So a family affair.
Here again, Kinsler has a hitter's count.
Claro, Samuel. Mira, un saludito para Samuel Oropesa. Al hombre ahí que está en el directo, ¿sabes? Viendo el jueguito de Puerto Rico contra Estados Unidos. Un saludito para toda esa gente. Samuel Oropesa, Giancarlo Rivera, Daniel Alfonso Fernández y a Zona G7. Saludito para todos ellos. Y de PR, pero Estados Unidos está duro. Sí, Alfa, de eso mismo iba a decir yo, que aquí todo el mundo vamos a PR, pero Estados Unidos tiene un buen equipo, y yo desde un principio lo dije. Cuando Puerto Rico le ganó, de verdad, yo también dije lo mismo, porque es que de verdad Estados Unidos está bien montadito. Casi todos los peloteros son de allá, ¿me entiendes? Y esa gente no es por nada, pero come mucho parque allá. Ya lastimando Poncho a 2 corridos, eso, vamos arriba. Estamos perdiendo, pero vamos Puerto Rico. Claro, Valentina Vicente, Vamos a ver qué Puerto Rico hace, porque vamos a ver, van a batear ahora. Que no han dado ningún hit todavía, so que no sé qué le pasa a Puerto Rico hoy. Un saludito para Sandy Coronado. Coño, que susto tenía arte el volumen. Mala mía, Giancarlo, papi. Lo que pasa es que estoy pegado al teléfono para poder hablar, porque el abanico y la tele, que no sé si se escucha bien mi voz.
Libérate con T-Mobile One. Pagas un precio fijo con impuestos y cargos incluidos. Activa 2 líneas por $50 al mes cada una con LTE ilimitado. T-Mobile. Disfruta la Ultimate Mix Pizza, repleta de 5 tipos de carne bajo una compañía. Somos una familia.
Un saludito para Alex Cuba 14. S.S.
Hey, aquí ya estamos saliendo de nuestra primera práctica. Me siento como todo una profesional. Me encanta estudiar en Colombia.
En Columbia Central University sabemos que lo quieres ya. Por eso te ofrecemos los cursos de tu profesión desde el primer día. Matricúlate hoy. Columbia Central University.
Dale a Trump. Sí. Pana, gracias, apoyando a Puerto Rico. Dale, Sebastián Rojas, vamos arriba. Team Rubio, claro. Alfa Legend, claro. Team Rubio, arriba.
Platino Progreso que trae 0 copagos en visitas a médicos primarios y especialistas, $100 para espejuelos cada año, 300 para audífonos cada año y más. Llama ahora a MCS Classic Care.
Por encima de todo.
It's the minimum through 5 innings of work. Has not allowed a hit thus far as Team USA has a 4-0 lead. The distribution of outs so far. And of course, there's only been the one WBC no-hitter. Chiron Martis, 7 innings against Panama, got the final outs on his 65th pitch of the night, which at that time, and that was the first round, was the last pitch he could throw. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th.
Hoy vamos Puerto Rico, sí, Mari Daily Ayala. Saludos desde Jacksonville, Carolina del Norte. Saluditos, Jenja, dominicano. Gracias, Nardi. Carajo, Mago. Alfa, papi, no me lo llegué a pintar. Me lo iba a pintar, pero no me lo pinté. Claro, Yuli Nieve, ya tú sabes. Donald Trump está loco. Arriba Puerto Rico, claro, Valentina. ¿De qué parte de Puerto Rico soy? Soy del área sur, papi. Alfa Legend, soy del área sur de Puerto Rico.
Try to get a base runner any way you can. They've only had 1 all night, and that was a walk to lead things off in the 2nd. And Beltran was erased on a double play.
Yeah, he's had great command of all of his pitches, mainly his fastball. With movement on it, that's why you get all the ground balls. It's just the reverse of Lugo, who got ahead of a lot of hitters.
Off the end of the bat.
The difference between Stroman and Lugo. Some had a lot of strikeouts. Deep in the count, that's when the USA hitters were getting pitches to hit. They only had 6 hits.
Gente, gracias al chico que me está compartiendo el juego, pero no.
Stroman is getting ahead.
pero no nos quitemos que voy a los míos, sea como sea. Puerto Rico es Puerto Rico y ha puesto el mundo entero a sudar desde Panamá hasta Puerto Rico. Eso. Yolanda López, de nada, ¿sabes? Porque es que esto yo lo hago, ¿verdad? Porque me gusta esto de YouTube y eso. Y a veces me compro una capturadora y eso, pero gracias por ese comentario. Al Valeyen, ok. ¿De dónde eres? Yo soy de Guayama. Yo soy de Salina, Valentina, de Salina. Valentina. ¿Cuántas entradas faltan? Papi, falta 3 entraditas más, Antonio. ¿Cómo está el juego? El juego está, papi, 4-0 a favor de Estados Unidos. Míralo ahí, aquí abajo. Aquí abajo sale, grabo. 4-0 de
una cena italiana de 3 cursos desde solo $12.99. Primero escoge sopa o ensalada, luego tu pasta con una de nuestras salsas preparadas diariamente y un rico postre. Siempre con breadsticks ilimitados. 3 cursos desde solo $12.99 en Olive Garden.
Cámbiate a AT&T con el nuevo plan Unlimited Plus, una nueva experiencia de data ilimitada en la red que tú te mereces y con nuestra velocidad más rápida. Usa tu smartphone como hotspot, mira videos en alta definición, añade internet ilimitado para tu hogar por solo $20 y recibe descuento en tu factura de DirecTV.
Para morir
menos de $47 por línea. Cámbiate hoy a AT&T, la mejor red en Puerto Rico.
Sí, en la Castillo, pero pues, papi, les voy a contar esta historia, ¿sabes? Yo jugaba pelota antes, se jodió Puerto Rico. De nada, compañera, y yo soy boricua, para que tú lo sepas, yo soy boricua. Mira, les voy a contar esta historia, mira, yo jugaba pelota, ¿verdad? Pero yo estaba en un equipo que era Yankee, que era en Guayama. Papi, nosotros íbamos 18-0, o sea, 18 juegos ganados y 0 perdidos. Cuando llegamos al campeonato, o sea, a los últimos juegos, nos ganan los 2 juegos. Nosotros nos quedamos como que, wow, no nos habían ganado en toda la temporada y nos vienen a ganar en las finales, pero pues, el mundo da muchas vueltas, pues, ¿qué puede pasar? Llegamos a las finales, no importa. Eso es verdad, Fabián. Ya llegamos a las finales, o que ya lo demás, pues no importa. Por lo menos el nombre de Puerto Rico está en el mundo entero. Recuerden eso. El nombre de Puerto Rico está en el mundo entero. Eso está más perdido que el hijo del indio. Pues para ganar o pierda Puerto Rico estamos duros. Claro, Liné. Ganemos. Ganamos o perdamos, estamos en el alto, o sea, estamos en el mundo. Este juego es mundial.
Tenemos que sacar lo mejor de cada uno.
Son como mierda. Samuel Oropesa, papi. De verdad, eso no importa, porque a lo mejor tú dices eso, pero los dominicanos también pueden decir que nosotros somos como mierda, o que no sé. Bueno, si no pegan un cuadrangular en el próximo inning, van a ser duros para que ganen. Bueno, campeón.
Adam Jones will lead things off for Team USA here as we move to the top of the 7th. Paul Severino and Jim Cott, the 2017 World Baseball Classic Championship game. And it's this portion of the game where Adam Jones has truly shined from the 6th inning on at the plate. He's got his fans from coast to coast. The center fielder of the Baltimore Orioles takes outside.
For those that missed Adams' performance in San Diego, that was huge. That's his hometown. Put on quite a show both with the bat and with the ball. Checked it with Javier Molina. Took a hit on that foul ball.
Dos veces a la final y nada, quizás llegamos a la final, ganemos a Bernal, vamos a Puerto Rico.
You can't wear protective gear everywhere.
Oh, you can. And it usually finds them where there's no pack. And that was the case there. I think it got him off the toe.
Puerto Rico está jugando medio raro. Mi primera, así esa misma línea, no han pegado aquí, por decirlo así. Ay, vamos Puerto Rico, puñeta. Mano, todos de Rubio, USA tiene Rubio de Fermate también, y RD también, tienen también. No, Yolanda, pues, Yolanda López, mano mía.
He certainly does. And wouldn't that just be the absolute best right after watching these terrific games for about 3 weeks? And, you know, the restrictions obviously come into play. But wouldn't it be something if Puerto Rico uses 2 pitches tonight, Team USA gets through with 1, and all these, 11, 12, 13 pitcher nights, and we finish it up with a 3-pitcher outing?
I don't like the odds.
No? All right, that's right. Well.
Yeah, it would be nice. The days of 2-pitcher games, or even 3 or 4, particularly here, and I think most fans now have seen the games enough to understand it. It's spring training for a lot of the pitchers, and they're not quite trained or in shape yet. 7 or 8 innings. So Stroman on the 5th day, and it's his 3rd start in the WBC, and it is the 22nd of March. There's a Molina strike. Took a pitch that was outside and just kind of tucked it in.
Un saludito para Mari Daly allá ahí que está comentando, a todos los que estén comentando, un saludito muy grande para todos ellos que están ahí comentando. ¿Qué episodio va, papi? Lo dice aquí arriba. Aquí estamos en la 7ª alta. Dale, Puerto Rico, tú puedes. Dale, Eduardo Rivera, vamos a ver qué hacemos aquí, papi.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 4 strikeouts for Barrios and 2 away here in the 7th.
Third baseman number 12, Nolan Arenado. Good sharp breaking ball out of the right. So here you're Nolan Arenado. You're struggling just to get the ball in play, and you've seen about 5 guys strike out. It's this electric stuff. And that's what he faces trying to break out of this slump.
Outside, ball and no strikes. Arenado has struck out twice tonight. Laid down a bunt his last time, but reached on fielder's choice. Between Arenado and Stanton in the semifinal and tonight, 0 for 13, 11 strikeouts. Before that bunt, Arenado had gone 7 straight plate appearances with a strikeout. He had never gone 7 straight in the big leagues. And he gets his base hit right there. So maybe that's all it was. Just see the bat hit the ball the last time up. That bunt.
Well, I tell you, how about that high five from Tom Brookins in the dugout knows. I mean, they're that pulling for the guy. Got a pitch out over the plate, took it up the middle. Got a applause from the dugout like he just knocked in a game winner.
That's right. Not all hits are created equal. So that will bring up Eric Hosmer, 1 on and 2 out here in the 7th. Oh, that got a piece of Hosmer.
Well, control's been an issue. Obviously, there was no intention there. But live stuff. If you look at his big league record, 3 and 7.
Fabián La Montaña. Un saludito para él.
Looked like he got most of the meat maybe on the tricep or the rib, so doesn't appear anything damaging to Hosmer. Other than he might have the commissioner's autograph on his ribs there, the stitches of the baseball. Ricky Bonus spotted something quickly out to the mound. Ricky's been, of course, he was a big league pitcher for a while with Milwaukee. He's been the pitching coach now for 2 of these WBC teams.
JC Romero begins to loosen for Team Puerto Rico.
Botando el juego, ya vino a botar el juego ahí, yo no sé. Ya venga lo loco. Pa, tienes que Fabián Papi, no uso eso. Voy a ver si abro un Facebook y lo posteo por el... Mira, vamos a verlo. Suscríbete al canal y con el tiempo voy a ver si, ¿cómo te explico? A ver si hago un Facebook de mi canal de YouTube y lo posteo por YouTube para que me sigan por ahí, porque en verdad no tengo que ir, papi, yo no sé eso ya. Un saludito para Denis Ayala López. Y hola.
That is a knee-buckling breaking ball for Jose Barrios. Goes back to it, but just misses outside, a ball and a strike.
¿Y qué tú crees que el clásico de juego todos los años te pasa ahí? Sí, igual, está nervioso, ¿qué es eso? Nerviosa, papi, eso es nervioso, solamente que el corrector de su teléfono, pues yo pienso que se lo cambió. Y Denis, podemos ganar con un milagro del arroz de Guadalupe, pero, ¿verdad? Vamos a ver, porque todavía quedan 3 entraditas más por encima. Vamos a ver, perdón, quedan 2 entradas más. Vamos a ver qué pasa. El Vito PR no puede. Invicto, Puerto Rico no puede hacer eso nunca en su vida. R de los más duros. Y recuerda que RD ya está eliminado, papi. Puerto Rico estamos en las finales. Mordido por aquí. Denis, con conocerte ya ganamos. Qué labioso, mueve. Yo me compré un 4, ¿sí? Ya. Puerto Rico lo tuvo, claro. Ahí por encima. ¿Por qué no? Sería por la foto que tienes de perfil. Mi amor, Puerto Rico sabemos ganar y perder. Exacto, esa es la actitud y me bajamos. Esta mujer no se queda callada. Porque tú sabes. Saludos por ahí para desde Cleveland en la casa. Orlando, un saludito para Orlando Rosas ahí.
When there weren't so many restrictions on pitchers, players were more in mid-season form, and they've got 4 years to discuss that.
Runners off again, 3-2 again, tap foul.
Looks like Yachty has made up his mind. He's going to make McCutcheon hit a breaking ball. And if he loses it,
no te puedo decir que después todo sabe. Daniel, este tipo lo que te está tirando el labio ahí, yo no sé. Labioso, un labioso.
Couple of games ago in San Diego against the Dominican Republic, a big double. Last night through the raindrops in LA. Also an RBI. And then his last at bat. Great effort by Lindor at short to keep it on the infield.
Oye, gracias por compartir el juego. El Rivera normal. Yo lo comparto porque en verdad siempre dije que a la final, si Puerto Rico llegaba, lo iba a grabar en mi canal. Y eso es lo que hago, cumpliendo con lo que digo, ¿entiendes? Para que hagamos carrera. No cierra la puerta. Ahí esa es la actitud. Escriban por los comentarios hashtag Team Rubio, por favor, todo el mundo ahí. Escriban los comentarios hashtag Team Rubio.
Yeah, it looked like Barrios and Yachty were ready to walk off and strike 3. And, well, I don't blame him. You know, where he caught it was outside, but it might have come across the knees. They didn't get the call, so we're going to see lefty against lefty now.
Bases loaded. Romero coming in. 4-0 USA.
Juégale a la Lotería de Puerto Rico.
Para gente, escriban por los comentarios ahí hashtag Team Rubio, por favor, para apoyar a esta gente, a ver si da un hit.
Todos los jueves, la suerte te está buscando.
Planitas de pan pepín, ahora con nuevos empaques. Disfruta el mismo gran sabor de tus comidas con la frescura de la tortilla hecha en Puerto Rico. Planitas de pan pepín, 100% de aquí.
Ahí es Fabián La Fontay, vamos todo el mundo a hashtag Team Rubio, por favor. Bueno, F. Rivera de nada.
Nueva Nissan Road, tu vida diaria con estilo. Para lograr nuestras metas, tenemos que sacar lo mejor de cada uno.
Yo estoy aquí por los padres que luchan por sus hijos. Yo estoy aquí por mi familia, por mi pueblo, por mi país.
Universal, comprometidos con Puerto Rico.
Claro, tiene un super plan con todo ilimitado. La velocidad nunca baja. Incluye un smartphone gratis para vacilar. A 20.
Cámbiate a Claro ya.
¿No tienes todo para la receta?
Sí, cebolla, hojas de laurel, salsa.
Ya lo sabes.
Esa fue la salsa que yo compré.
Pero esta es la que tiene que ser salsa de tomate en polvo.
Olvídate de marca.
No, cualquiera no. Mira ahí. Lo floja que es el color. En cambio, salsa de tomate Goya es rojo, tomate brillante con espesura y el color de más tomates.
Huele a tomate.
¿Y esta?
A tomate no es.
Aprende, Pepe. Si es Goya, siempre salió.
En serio, mejor hazlo pro en la Intertech. Aquí te ofrecemos carreras técnicas de grande
Espera, gente, una preguntita ahí rápida que me puedan contestar por los comentarios. ¿Quién se ha suscrito a mi canal? ¿Y quién le dio like a este video? Porque en verdad vamos a darle un super like al video y vamos a suscribirnos, por favor. Esto es la Serie Mundial de Puerto Rico. Vamos arriba. Suscríbanse y denle like al video, por favor. Tantos palos que de Puerto Rico.
Who bats with the bases loaded, and Crawford has already hit a grand slam in a winner-take-all game in the 2014 wildcard game. His Giants beating the Pittsburgh Pirates. This has a similar feel. Not the same, of course, but certainly similar. He did go around, says the third base umpire, Ju Kim.
Romero, a veteran of 640 big league games, all out of the bullpen. He was up there with Eddie Guardado in those 75.
Gracias, Alfa, gracias.
Coming in for just a couple hitters. Stuff has never been an issue. It's sort of like what we saw Seth Lugo tonight. Great stuff, a lot of strikeouts, not always
Ayala.
pitches.
Ball to strike to the Giants shortstop. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Well, the control of Romero, that has been an issue for sure. A walk per 9 percentage of over 5 per 9. Rate, I guess it would be. But still, 5 walks per 9 innings for J.C. Romero. Go ahead in the count here. A ball and 2 strikes to Crawford.
Alex Cuba, yo juego en PS3. Sí, Ángel, lo veo feíto para Puerto Rico ganar, pero vamos a mover, podemos. Vamos a ver.
the pitching of Stroman is
Ya sé
taking
quién
that crowd
era,
out of the game.
qué
They will stay rather quiet up till this point.
que no lo hice. No sabía que Puerto Rico era tan flojo. Puerto Rico está duro, la verdad es que no está haciendo nada por hacer carreras, que no sé qué le pasa a Puerto Rico hoy.
About 20 minutes, is that how do you think that might affect Stroman?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, the one thing a manager or pitching coach will watch, he goes out there, takes his normal 8 pitches, and then if you can tell, you know, he's a lot of first pitch strikes. If his control is not as sharp, well, that's why he got those guys down the bullpen. So they won't wait long. They should be able to pick up on that from the dugout.
Ay, creo que sí, Morrey.
Coronado, Hosmer, and the catching your runners blocked nicely by Molina, and the count runs full.
Well, again, it gives Team USA with McCutcheon's speed at first. It gives them really a chance to score 3 runs on the
El conteo completo, Rey, vamos a ver. Nieta.
Over 51,000 standing here at Dodger Stadium. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Romero deals. Line drive. Base hit center field. They'll score a run. That will score 2, and they hold McCutcheon at third. It's 6-0 USA.
Ahora sí que se puso fea la cosa. 6-0, gente. 6-0. No creo que ganemos.
Those full counts will catch up with you. And Crawford, it's been a little with everybody in the lineup. That's done a little damage during this run by Team USA. What a big play that was with a great at-bat by Crawford. Got Romero in a spot where he didn't want to walk him. Got a fastball out knee-high. Barreled it up. And increased the lead to 6. High 5 for first base coach Tom Brookins.
This inning started with nobody on and 2 out. 2 home, 2 on. Another pitching change in LA.
El nuevo día cubre el tema de la adopción. Una niña huérfana dibuja una familia. Una pareja espera varios años para ser padres. En Indie.com descubre la historia de Emma. Emma camina de la mano de sus padres.
Qué dura, Naldi. Yo creo que sí, Naldi.
Cientos de niños mayores son adoptados. De las noticias nacen noticias. El nuevo día. Conocimiento que transforma.
De Goya en España. De frutos sanos. De una primera prensada en frío. Auténtico extra virgen Goya. Seleccionado como el mejor para todo uso por su gran sabor. Si es Goya, tiene que ser bueno.
Olvídate, Puerto Rico, segundo lugar, puñeta, caro.
Qué rápido pasa el tiempo. Ya mismo me graduaré en investigación criminal.
Aquí yo voy a ICPR Junior College.
¿Qué es lo que? ¿Con qué es lo que? ¿Y qué es lo que?
Empezó el Festival de Pasta solo en Cisne.
Eduardo, podemos ganar con un milagro. Con un milagro de arroz de Guadalupe. De un baitecito, y se acaso por la cámara que estoy poniendo el teléfono a cargar.
Saborea el Festival de Pasta en Cisne.
Está cargando, vamos a ver.
And Paul
¿Qué
is
le pasa a Puerto Rico?
one of the great games that I was witness to when I was fortunate to be a member of the St. Louis Cardinals in '82, winning the World Series with John Stupert pitching a complete game, Game 6, 5 hours through 4 rain delays, and his stuff never wavered.
Check on Crawford. It was close.
Yeah, some pitchers will go out and all of a sudden you can just tell the stuff's not there. But there's no set pattern until you actually see him go out there and watch him face the first hitter.
McCutcheon the runner at third, Crawford the runner on first, and 0-1 to Stanton, who has struck out 3 times in this game. Not striking out here. He brings home another run. It's 7-0 USA.
Well, 9th hit of the night. Actually, that's why Molina wanted it. He just wasn't quite as far inside. Stanton got the barrel to it out of the reach of Lindor.
2 in the third, 2 in the fifth, 3 huge runs here in the 7th inning to open up a 7-0 lead. And here's Jonathan Lucroy. He takes a called strike.
Oh, you mentioned the run differential. Puerto Rico had given up over 18 runs up to this point, but that's the thing with statistics. They tell you what happened in the past. They'll tell you what's going to happen tonight. And then when you get a game like this, I mentioned it a while ago, the hitters suddenly, that bat's a little lighter in their hands right now than it was when it was nothing to nothing or a 1-run game, which they've been wrapped up in a lot. So, and then you see deep counts, so hitters can kind of dig in and tee off.
It's been about a half an hour. Jeff Jones checking in on the bullpen for Team USA as that one bounces all the way to the backstop, high off the netting, and advancing to third and second respectively, Crawford and Stanton. Boy, oh boy. For a Puerto Rico team that has just played such crisp baseball this entire tournament. This is...
And that's, I don't care how good the catcher you are, you get with that kind of spin, the ball actually hops backwards with that curveball spin like a corkscrew, and, Yachty just put his glove out there hoping he could hit him.
2-1 to Lucroy. 3-1. Jim Leland has moved all night. 22 years in the big leagues. I'm sure he's got some superstitions.
Lots of them.
Yeah. Team's playing well, don't move. Three runs home in this inning. Brandon Crawford a 2-run single, and Giancarlo Stanton an RBI 9. And now 2 in scoring position for Jonathan Lucroy. And the bases loaded once again.
Second baseman number 3.
7-run deficit, their largest of this tournament.
Well, barring a big comeback, Edwin Rodriguez would be the first one to say if Puerto Rico does not come back, it's been a remarkable run. And it's done a lot for Puerto Rico and their baseball program. They just so far tonight have not had the kind of night with the bats, and they've been shut down by a very effective pitcher through 6 innings.
Ian Kinsler, the 9th man to bat in this inning for Team USA. Homered earlier. Holds up there, ball 1. 2-run homer in the 3rd inning, got the scoring started for Team USA. This inning went ground out, strikeout, and then single, hit batter, walk. Single, single, walk. Talk about a 2-out rally for Team USA. And now Kinsler drills one, but this one will stay in the yard. Boy, I got fooled big time, didn't I? About 51,000 might have thought the same thing, but it's still 7-0 as we stretch in LA.
porque lo tenemos en la sangre. La aventura es parte de nuestra cultura. Y para disfrutar mejor, encendido por botón, Apple CarPlay y Android Auto, detección de punto ciego, sunroof, frenado de emergencia. Tranquilo, vamos contigo a descubrir nuevos rumbos en el nuevo Elantra 2017.
¿Tienes 65 años o más? ¿Sabe que tu riesgo de hospitalización luego de contagiarte con pulmonía neumocóxica es 13 veces más alto en adultos más jóvenes de 18 a 49 años? La pulmonía neumocóxica es una infección de los pulmones que en casos severos te puede llevar a una hospitalización y hasta la muerte. Muchas personas piensan que es un catarro o influenza, pero no lo es. Algunos síntomas son fiebre alta, sudoración excesiva, escalofríos, tos, dificultad para respirar, cansancio y dolor de pecho. Habla con tu médico o farmacéutico sobre tu riesgo y si estás al día con tus vacunas recomendadas para adultos.
Un mensaje de salud traído a usted por Pfizer.
Pero podrías empezar renovando su pasión por 50 años más. ¿Por quién oigas hoy? Loto Plus, más premios y más formas de ganar.
Cámbiate a AT&T con el nuevo plan Unlimited Plus, una nueva experiencia de data ilimitada en la red que tú te mereces y con nuestra velocidad más rápida. Usa tu smartphone como hotspot, mira videos en alta definición, añade internet ilimitado para tu hogar por solo $20 y recibe descuento en tu factura de DirecTV. Nuevo plan Unlimited Plus por menos de $47 por línea. Cámbiate hoy a AT&T, la mejor red en Puerto Rico.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Paul Severino and Jim Cobb with you. It's a 7-0 lead for Team USA. San Juan, Puerto Rico has been watching all night long in support of Team Puerto Rico, which has been just a superb ball club so far in this tournament. Tonight, though, they have not had much to be excited about, as Marcus Stroman has been so good for Team USA. Faced the minimum through 6 innings. Although it has been now about 35 minutes since the last time he threw a pitch, so perhaps the top of the order, Angel Pagan, Francisco Lindor and Carlos Correa can get something going against him.
And just to guard against that possibility that Stroman's had that much rest and wouldn't be sharp, Jim Leyland has Sam Dyson beginning to get ready in the bullpen. If you have not been with us the entire tournament, this round, 95 pitches is the limit. Stroman well under that. He's been so efficient.
Just missed outside and low.
Took a long look in at Eric Cooper. Yeah. That's the toughest pitch to call for an umpire, particularly when it's moving a lot. That certainly looked like it had the strike zone. But you throw enough of them down there, you'll get your share. And that's the difference between Stroman tonight and when he gave up 6 consecutive hits last Friday to Puerto Rico when they jumped out to an early lead. Just that margin of about the width of your hand between the thigh and down around the knees is the difference between a line drive and a ground ball out, which he has induced a lot of them tonight.
¡Por fin! ¡Ya era hora, puñeta! ¡Por fin! Mira, por fin. Un aplauso por fin, un aplauso, por favor, un aplauso por los fucking comentarios. Por fin Dios y Puerto Rico. Puñetas, salieron de la fucking sequía en todo el puto juego. Vamos la madre.
Done a terrific job for 6 innings, and he'll get a great ovation.
Esta entrada es traída a ustedes por T-Mobile.
Ay, puñeta, me alegro. Era hora.
Uno por aquí, otro por acá. Son 8.67 cada uno. Está bien, no, se dice que son 5 pesos. Sí, papi, pero mira, yo tengo los impuestos del parque. Cargo por ketchup, cargo por mostaza y recargo por servilleta. La lista es larga, ¿la quieres completa? Trago otra vez con el mismo truco.
Si el precio que ves no es el que pagas, libérate. Con T-Mobile One, pagas un precio fijo con impuestos y cargos incluidos. Activa 2 líneas por $50 al mes cada una con LTE ilimitado. T-Mobile.
Triple S presenta la historia de superación de Miguel. Ese día competía en una de las pruebas de trialo más difíciles, pero jamás imaginó que la vida le tenía una prueba aún más fuerte. Es por puertorriqueños como Miguel, Ironman sobreviviente de un impacto de bala, que en Triple S creemos que tienes todo para superarlo todo.
Menealo, que tus dealers Toyota te traen el True Cash Back Tour.
Bueno, yo no sé, pero tenemos la oportunidad porque cambiarán al pitcher, y si el pitcher es de Estados Unidos bota el juego y viene Puerto Rico a hacer carreras ahora, nadie sabe, el juego está 7-0, pero podemos ganar como quiera. Yo no sé, pero escriban por los comentarios si podemos ganar todavía o no, pero si cambian al pitcher y ese pitcher viene a botar el juego, podemos ganar. Yo no sé, pero podemos ganar.
El Hopper 3 de Dish también. Guarda hasta 2000 horas, graba 16 programas y mira 4 juegos a la vez con el único DVR 4K en la isla. Apoya a tu equipo y vive el béisbol con la mejor tecnología. Llama y suscríbete a Dish hoy.
Ahorras más en Econo. Pernil de cerdo delantero con hueso congelado US a 68 centavos libra. Arroz Goya grano mediano paquete de 3 libras a 88 centavos. La calidad que buscas está en Econo, donde mejor se compra.
Dame un breakcito aquí rápido. Ya está.
Well, you mentioned the 6 for 6 to start Friday night's game against Puerto Rico the last time he faced them in San Diego. 6 for 6 to start the game. Right after that to now, 3 for 33. He'll watch as Sam Dyson works to Francisco Lindor. Dyson, the closer for the Texas Rangers, 38 for 43 in save opportunities last season. This is his 5th game in the WBC, and he has been excellent.
Been perfect. See the 5 innings, 15 hitters, 15 outs.
Leyen, eso es para ponerle a un panita mío, pero nada, pichea, tranquilo.
Dyson doesn't strike out a lot of batters at all, just 7 per 9 last season. You don't often see that from a closer. But a high ground ball rate.
De nada, Bernalizardo, de nada, papi. Sí, Emanuel, este es el último juego, papi. Después este se acaba todo esto de béisbol.
gotten a lot of action. Kinsler a few. Stroman with all the ground outs, and you come in with Dyson. You anticipate he'll get a lot of ground outs. The outfielders have been able to swing the bat, but they haven't had to do too much out in the outfield.
Got the runner on second, the 2-2 to Lindor, hit on the ground. That's Crawford for out number 1. You mentioned last night when we watched Dyson work, and over the course of the time when we have seen Dyson work, that he throws that heavy sinker. You were a guy that kind of had a little bit of that movement, right?
Dale, Sammy, tranquilo.
Your hitters say, gotta throw hard, but the ball's up in the letters and just...
A ver si no se me apaga el teléfono, lo puse a cargar, a ver si no se apaga, a ver si dura hasta las 9 entradas. Me pega para el padear y se me apaga el teléfono, estoy grabando con el teléfono y a lo mejor ya mismo se apague, pero vamos a confiar solamente 1 hora y 10 minutos, vamos a ver.
With all of our technology we have these days, somebody be able to come up with why some pitchers throw what hitters call a heavy ball. When it hits the bat, it's like a shot put. And others, it seems to jump off the bat like a tennis ball. And Sam Dyson has that heavy one.
No balls and a strike to Carlos Correa. Infield is back. They'll trade it out for a run right here. Strike 2.
Yeah, the big improvement for both Stroman and, of course, Dyson's been good all the time, but for the pitching now versus some of the earlier games is the ability to keep that ball down around the knees by the USA pitchers.
Saw those ranks for Carlos Correa, and just what a tournament this guy has had. Win or lose tonight, Carlos Correa, I think he was already on that short list of baseball's rising stars. He's had some experience in the postseason. This has a postseason feel, even though it's March. But he has shined on the grandest of stages for Team Puerto Rico this year. But he comes up empty there, out number 2 in the 7th.
Right, Paul, Team Puerto Rico and their fans, we've seen them in this. They play with a lot of emotion, and they feed. Wow, that thing really has some serious down action to it. And then their fans get into it, and it just kind of, you can tell in the dugout, it just energizes the entire team. And with Stroman's great performance, yeah.
Well, you couldn't find your hat, Kitty. I think we tracked it down.
That's the guy that's got it. Yeah. They haven't been able to get that energy going tonight because mainly Marcus Stroman.
Fear not, that guy still might get up, so we're even.
Well, we've seen some creative costumes, of course. Those of you know that's been the signature hairdo of Team Puerto Rico, the dyed blonde hair.
More beards in Beltran's case. You'll see a 1-0 here and wave over the top of that one, 1-1.
See, they'll call, some will call that a two-seam fastball. It's usually gripped over the narrow seam, but then it would depend on how far back in your hand you have it, or whether it's on the fingertips. I was talking to Jeff Jones, the Team USA pitching coach, about Luke Gregerson's breaking ball. They call it a slider, but it really is, Jeff. Just coaching in this tournament. He's retired. Goes up to Michigan, does a little fishing, enjoys life. But it's the pull you get on the seams that creates spin to give you that kind of movement. Interested observer.
Well, it's Stroman's effort tonight. Team USA starting pitchers have a 1.25 ERA in this WBC.
2-2. Well, I think the rewarding thing if Team USA holds on to this lead. Is the big question mark that the media grabbed a hold of.
Estamos en el inning número 7, inning número 7, la parte de abajo del número 7.
And yet, if you look at the ERA, the starting pitchers for Team USA, it's been a real strength.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We are through 7. Team USA with a 7-0 lead.
Finalmente yo encontré a la modelo.
Perfecta. Ella es la chica con la que siempre soñé.
Cuando un cliente hace un pedido, lo atiendo.
¿De qué tipo? No creo que no sepas.
Es un hombre muy poderoso, el dueño de una holding gigantesca. Tiene negocios en todo el mundo.
Necesito dinero. Debo llevar a mi abuela.
Te quiero solo para mí. Para siempre.
Yo te amo. Y no quiero ir a la cama contigo sabiendo que soy yo quien te encuentras.
No te preocupes. Vas a tener a tu Angie de vuelta. Hay cosas sobre tu hija que tal vez tú no sepas.
Verdades secretas. Pronto, por Guapa.
Yo la quiero toda para mí. Toda.
Se suponía que Omar hablaría contigo, pero él no pudo.
Mañana, la ex ahora es la chota.
¡Elif, ¿dónde vas? ¡Elif!
Pero esto va más allá.
¿Quién le disparó?
Por fin llegó Colombia, así que el problema ya está resuelto.
No quería que fuera.
Buenísimo estará.
Hussein, el que los asesinó.
Cara Parage, mañana a las 7 por Guapa.
Una sopita, un sándwich, un postre, obvio.
Un mantecado de chocolate o de fresa. Muchas alitas con mucho barbecue, salsa picante. De vainilla, no de fresa, o mejor de chocolate.
Cuando tienes ganas de comer algo rico, tienes ganas de plaza. Plaza Las Américas, el centro de todo.
Su misión era salvar vidas hasta que acabaron con su familia.
Las muertes de la madre y el niño son un daño colateral.
¿No quieres daño colateral? ¿Cuál tienes más daño colateral?
No quiere hacer justicia a un lado de la ley. Ese animal ha venido a suicidarse.
Pronto la guerrilla sabrá que está allí.
Yo creo. Los mataste. Vas a pagar por eso.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Te mataré a ti.
Collateral Damage. Este jueves a las 9 por Guapa.
Welcome back to Los Angeles. We will crown a champion tonight. Team Japan won the inaugural WBC in 2006. They won back-to-back WBCs in 06 and 09. And of course, the Dominican Republic, an undefeated run in 2013. Team USA with a 7-0 lead as we move to the top of the 8th inning in search of their first WBC championship. And if they do that, they'll knock off Team Puerto Rico, the team that has yet to lose a game in this tournament. Adam Jones will lead things off. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. Jones, Yelich, and Arenado do up for Team USA. As Burgos remains in there, he was the third pitcher of the 7th inning for Edwin Rodriguez and Team Puerto Rico. And Jones to left in his Pagan, one away.
Well, Jim Leland, we mentioned it earlier, said to his players, make a memory. You know, just enjoy this tournament, look back on it, have it be a nice memory. And it is for him, too. He's had some sleepless nights with the pitcher's restrictions and not wanting to use guys back-to-back. A lot of adjustments he had to make that were different than if he managed his own team. Like he said, I'm managing my own team. I call a player
Sí, nada, el de a ver si batean, porque si no, no,
that was something that was
a lo mejor le dan una guitarra para batear, porque coño, no le dan a la bola ni relajando, le dan a la media bola. Mala mía para este cablecito por aquí, dame un break.
Was really a cool experience. I chatted with Adam a little bit down the clubhouse tonight, as well as some of the other players, and to a player. They talk about what a great experience this has been, whether they won the game or lost.
Well, again, we talked about it before. This was supposed to be the group that got over the hump that the 06, 09, 13 teams could not get over. A combined 10-10 coming into this World Baseball Classic. The furthest they had gotten was the semifinal in 09, where they lost to the eventual championship game. But that's the thing about this club, is that they are fully committed and have been fully committed. And Jim Leland fully committed to the guys who made it known that they really cared about being on this club. And the pride in which they took in putting on that uniform and sticking around with this club for the 3-week run.
Yeah, I think one area that might be worth changing, they have a designated pitcher pool where you could activate some, then they'd go back, and then they'd go, and I've seen two pitchers that are quality relievers.
Un saludito para Alessia Torres. Ahí está pidiendo un saludito a Alessia Torres de parte de ZLUFPCN.
He did the same thing. I don't think that you feel quite as much a part of a team if you're just coming in for like a one-day appearance or one game as if you were with them from day one. And that's what Leland wanted to make sure, no disrespect for the other guys, but to be loyal to the guys that had been here from day one.
Christian Yelich is frozen, strike 3, 2 away here in the 8th. Well, there's been some chatter that perhaps this is Jim Leland's last game as a manager. And what a run it's been for this guy. A baseball lifer in its truest sense. Up there on the all-time wins list, a 3-time manager of the year. He won a World Series championship with the Marlins. And you can sit there and say, well, you know, there's only been 4 WBCs, so it's not like this thing goes back 150 years, but to be on the team that wins it for the first time for a country.
Yeah, he'll never forget that. They'll probably have a reunion. And Jim, like so many successful managers, was a former catcher, minor league catcher. He's still affiliated with the Tigers. In fact, he said, I got to get up at 4. I got to catch a 6 o'clock plane, get back to Lakeland, go to work for the Tigers.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, because I was going to say, if you think that Leland is going to, you know, if they hold on and win this game, that he's going to get a good night's sleep, he's not.
He'll not sleep at all.
He'll be up early. These are winner-take-all games, and 4 straight W's at the major league level as Arenado off the end of the bat, falling quickly and down for a base hit.
See, all it took is that one hit.
Just bunt.
He's got a roll.
A 2-out base hit for Nolan Arenado.
You followed the struggles of Nolan, and then there he takes a pitch well outside the strikes. Opponent just gets a little of a bat on it, gets rewarded with a base hit.
And a pitching change for Team Puerto Rico, trailing 7-0 in the 8th.
Uno por aquí, otro por acá. Son 8.67 cada uno. A mi hermano se dice que son 5 pesos. Sí, papi, pero mira, yo tengo los impuestos del parque. Cargo por ketchup, cargo por mostaza y recargo por servilleta. La lista es larga, ¿la quieres completa? Cargo otra vez con el mismo truco.
Si el precio que ves no es el que pagas, libérate. Con T-Mobile One, pagas un precio fijo con impuestos y cargos incluidos. Activa 2 líneas por $50 al mes cada una con LTE ilimitados. T-Mobile.
Muévete sin miedo a manchar tus sábanas y tu pijama con nosotros. Buenas noches, Ultra Invisible. Tiene ajuste seguro y zona.
Ahí tiene, eso es lo que se tiene que poner Puerto Rico en el culo, porque eso es lo que le están rajando, era un cote para el culo de Puerto Rico.
Nosotras.
En la pauta, el juego está 7-0 a favor de Estados Unidos, papi.
Ray, suficientemente rápido pero más exigentes. AC Johnson.
¿Puede un auto ser artesanalmente creado en vez de fabricado? Diseñado con atención y cuidado para ofrecerte ese sentimiento que se queda contigo. En Mazda, cada detalle cuenta. Porque lo que sientes al manejar nos importa. Presentando la totalmente rediseñada SUV con 3 filas de asientos, Mazda CX-9. Mazda, disfruta el viaje.
Vale, sí, a ver, te falta.
Welcome back to Los Angeles. Paul Severino and Jim Cott. Little over 51,500 on hand tonight, and the grand total of this 2017 World Baseball Classic, 1.08 million fans in the seats. Boy, oh boy, this tournament has been a success in its 4th iteration. About to crown a champion tonight. Team USA with a 7-0 lead as Eric Hosmer takes outside from Alex Claudio. 25-year-old reliever with the Texas Rangers. That's why Major League Baseball players,
en la barbita y en la queja me parece a Noel, míralo. Me parece a Noel. Me parece a Noel con todo ese tipo, míralo. Miren bien ese tipo. Díganme en los comentarios que este tipo no se parece a Noel.
Spent 2 months in New Zealand recently, and baseball's so new there. Their goal is just to be able to get enough players to get a team to qualify for the WBC. So the game is stretched now just out to the great teams we've seen here from Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Mexico, but all over the globe.
Without question. Hosmer 0 for 1, couple of walks tonight. Captain America and George Washington are here. That's right. Tap foul. But to your point about growing the game globally, and not even so much toward the end of tournaments with the...
Mira, Mue, lo que pasa es que Díaz no puede pichar porque él pichó el martes contra Northern. Entonces, si él pichea un juego antes, no puede pichar el otro juego porque no lo dejan, ¿entiendes? Porque por eso es que no han puesto a pichar, porque él no puede pichar. Voy a arreglar la cámara aquí un poquito.
Like New Zealand as well. So that's at the forefront of this tournament. That's what it was all about, was growing the game globally. And certainly this season, the popularity of this tournament has carried it to over 1 million people to watch this tournament in person. In Seoul, in Tokyo, in Jalisco, in Miami, in San Diego, and here in LA. It's been fun to be a part of it. 3-2 to Hosmer. It's fouled away.
Yeah, I think the next discussion is, we touched on it earlier, is when to have it. You know, there's a lot of opinions. I mean, if we took just an extra couple-day break in July or on the All-Star break, maybe you had a 16 like the NCAA tournament. Maybe you had a 16-team single elimination.
Cuando vean los anuncios voy a poner algo ahí encima de la cámara para ver si se arregla un poquito.
That's amazing when you get a comfortable lead. Now, just those little ground balls off the end of the bat seem to...
La cámara se está yendo de lado. Tienen un brequecito, les pongo el juego rapidito ahora, no tengo un break. Ya no pasó nada importante en el juego. Como que la comida que lo están dando. Ahora vamos a ver si no se resbala ahora, vamos a ver.
They have broken his back. Tough play for Baez across his body, and it goes into the camera well. Another run will score. It's 8-0 USA.
Shortstop number 26. Well, they played well, they pitched well, and then they're getting some breaks. I mean, with the overshifted infield, this actually worked against Team Puerto Rico. Normal position, Lindo's probably right there and gobbles it up. But with all the exaggerated shifts, nice effort by Rivera at first, couldn't get a glove on it.
Well, it's a single and an E4. And again, it makes this an 8-0 lead as Brandon Crawford digs in. He had a 2 RBI single back in the 7th to really blow this game over.
And if there are any out there that have followed the WBC, I hope there are a lot of them. We know we had the early termination games with a 10-run lead. That is not the case in the championship game.
Well, everything that Team Puerto Rico did right in the first 7 games, which included an early termination of Venezuela, they have done not everything right, I guess, in this game. That's just their second error. They have played such clean baseball throughout the first few weeks.
Yeah, that was a tough error. I mean, Baez really with that shift, and that's another point of discussion that goes on in baseball. With all these exaggerated shifts, sometimes balls are hit where if guys were just in position, that would have been an easy out. So the degree of difficulty on that for Baez was up the scale.
But they've come up with big hits. First of all, they've come up with hits, number one. They only have 1 on the board tonight, but they've come up with big hits. They've been able to steal bases, put pressure on the defense. Their pitchers have been terrific throughout.
Well, they had a lot of momentum, but I've heard many a big league managers say momentum is tomorrow's starting pitcher. Tonight it was Marcus Stroman that stopped the momentum of Puerto Rico.
Waved down and missed for strike 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Another run across for Team USA. They lead at 8-0.
Industriales, más de 240.000 trabajadores, 25% de fuerza laboral, sobre 1.200 empresas responsables de la mitad del Producto Interno Bruto, contribución de más de $2 billones, una cuarta parte de todos los fondos que recibe Hacienda. Somos el sector que más aporta a la economía del país. Nuestro compromiso, devolverle el rico a nuestro Puerto Rico, rico en valores, educación, bienestar socioeconómico. Asociación de Industriales de Puerto Rico, tu industria, tu manufactura, apóyala.
Nos pertenece a todos. Es tiempo de dar lo mejor de nosotros. Con esmero y dedicación construiremos un mejor futuro. Vamos para adelante. Puerto Rico nos necesita. Rebeco, a tu lado siempre.
Ya mismo logro mi sueño. Pronto estaré trabajando con niños.
Aquí yo voy a mi ICPR Junior College.
Muévete sin miedo a manchar tus sábanas y tu pijama con nosotros. Buenas noches Ultra Invisible. Tiene ajuste seguro y zona antiderrames. Es invisible, además más larga y más ancha atrás. Para nosotras, nosotras.
Una sopita, un sándwich, un postre, obvio.
Un mantecado de chocolate o de fresa. Muchas alitas con mucho barbecue, salsa picante. De vainilla, no de fresa, o mejor de chocolate.
Cuando tienes ganas de comer algo rico, tienes ganas de plaza. Plaza Las Américas, el centro de todo.
Su misión era salvar vidas hasta que acabaron con su familia.
Las muertes de la madre y el niño son un daño colateral.
¿No quieres daño colateral? ¿Para quiénes vas a colateral?
No quieren hacer justicia a un lado de la ley y se animan a venir a suicidarse.
Pronto la guerrilla sabrá que está ahí.
Los buenos vas a pagar por eso.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mataré a ti.
Collateral Damage, esta noche a las 9 por Papa.
It's all been going right for Team USA in this championship game of the 2017 World Baseball Classic. They have an 8-0 lead. Marcus Stroman set the tone with 6 amazing innings tonight. And the first pitch from Pat Neshek is fouled back. from Yadier Molina. 6 innings, 1 hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. As Pat Neshek back out there. 4 innings of work so far in 4 games of this WBC. 36-year-old reliever with the Philadelphia Phillies. Molina chops that one wide of the third base bag. Molina, Javier Baez, and Eddie Rosario.
When you look at Pat Neshek's motion, they pitch every day. Obviously, when the arm is below the shoulder, there's not as much stress. So, you know, the underhanders, or say if you were softball, that you pitch every day. So they don't even need to count his pitches. He comes at you with that funky motion, changes up, throws an underhand frisbee.
And he's got every limb coming at you. Even after he delivers the pitch, that right arm kind of swings back up.
There's the motion. And he would be the first in his dugout reaction after the 8th inning last night. Don't you? He knew he got by. It was a 1-run game. There's a couple men on. And Japan had their power hitter, Suzuko, #1 home run threat coming in. And Pat knew he got by with a very hittable pitch, but nonetheless got a big out.
Molina lines one to right, and it's down for a base hit.
Well, Yadi had a little team meeting with his team in the dugout between innings, so trying to not going to give up any outs. Takes it the other way.
Well, as one might expect, Yadier Molina has been one of the leaders for this club. It was Yadier Molina and Carlos Beltran before this WBC began that gave that pre-tournament speech as Baez steps to the plate 0 for 2. The message was different from Molina as it was from Beltran. Beltran's was more, what does it mean for Puerto Rico? And what does it mean to wear this uniform for Molina? The guy who has so much big league experience, postseason experience, World Series championships. His message was, how are we going to win these games? And we've seen Yadi come up with big plays, even though, you know, he's not hitting 800 in this tournament. But he still has made his presence felt offensively, defensively, and with this pitching staff. And it should really come as no surprise to anyone who has watched Yadier Molina in the big leagues for his career. He's really something special. I know I said it the other night in San Diego, but shot to Crawford. 1, a double play. 2 away in the 8th.
Boy, the infielders have had fun tonight for Team USA. The number of ground ball outs. Crawford's had a lot of chances. Not real difficult, but he's handled ball well. Neshek appreciates it. Stroman got 2/3 of his outs on ground outs. I think Dyson got 1 and a couple punch outs, and now Neshek gets 2 outs by way of a ground out.
They'll face Eddie Rosario with 2 outs in the 8th. And just to finish that point on Yadier Molina, he might not have the .330 batting average, 35 home runs, 120 RBIs at the end of every season that, you know, might be somewhat typical of most MVPs at the end of the year. But I'm sure if you ask anybody who watches the St. Louis Cardinals for 162 games, that he is, without question, one of, if not the most valuable players in Major League Baseball. 0-2 misses outside to Rosario as Henny's Vargas has moved into the on-deck circle for Team Puerto Rico.
Yadi made his presence known on a national basis when the Cardinals won the World Series in 2006. Well, the Phillies will have Pat Neshek in their bullpen, and they've got a core of capable young starters. That's where they were looking for more help. with that motion, he'd be a big plus for any team. Tough to pick up the ball.
Sixth-round pick of the Twins in 2002 delivers a 2-2 pitch to Rosario, who fouls it straight back.
David Robertson, Andrew Miller. As Nishet pitched in last night's game, so the restricted pitch count will come into play here if the inning goes on too much longer, and Jim Leyland would make a change.
Oh, Nishet wanted that one.
Yeah, it's a little outside. Nope, not going to get that one.
Although he flings that right arm back up there after every pitch anyway, so who knows? Issues the walk to Rosario. But again, Yadier Molina has just meant so much to Team Puerto Rico throughout the years. But what he has done so far in this tournament for Team Puerto Rico is one of the big reasons why they got to this championship game and why they got to this championship game with a 7-0 record. He's been the emotional leader of this club, just as he is with the St. Louis Cardinals in the summer. A two-time champion who's played in 89 career postseason games. The guy playing in his 4th WBC as Kenny Vargas will bat here for T.J. Rivera.
Yadier Molina actually 3rd in the MVP voting in 2013. This guy's got some big-time exit velocity. If he gets it on the barrel, he'll get out in a hurry.
Six-year-old hoping to win the Twins' full-time DH job this year in his first World Baseball Classic. Last year between AAA and the majors, he had 25 home runs, 78 RBIs, and 482 at-bats. But he swings and misses to end the 8th. Team USA goes to the 9th inning of the championship game, up 8-0.
El nuevo día cubre el tema de la adopción. Una niña huérfana dibuja una familia. Una pareja espera varios años para ser padres. En Indie.com descubre la historia de Emma. Hoy, Emma camina de la mano de sus padres, continúa dibujando y ahora tiene una familia. Cientos de niños mayores son adoptados. De las noticias nacen noticias. El nuevo día. Conocimiento que transforma. De Goya en España. Frutos sanos. De una primera prensada en frío. Auténtico extra virgen Goya. Seleccionado como el mejor para todo uso por su gran sabor. Si es Goya, tiene que ser bueno. Qué rápido pasa el tiempo. Ya mismo me graduaré en investigación criminal.
Aquí yo voy a ICPR Junior College.
Empezó el Festival de Pasta solo en Sizzler. Exquisitos camarones a la milanesa. Salmón sobre Alfredo. Pechuga de pollo a la milanesa. Desde solo $8.99. Incluye sopa y ensalada ilimitada. Saboreate el Festival de Pasta en Sizzler.
Se suponía que Omar hablaría contigo, pero él no pudo.
Esta noche, la ex ahora es la chota.
¡Elif, ¿a dónde vas? ¡Elif!
Pero esto va más allá.
¿Quién le disparó?
Por fin llegó Columbia, así que el problema ya está resuelto.
No quería que fuera.
Buenísima estará.
Fue Hussein el que Los asesinó.
Clara Parage, esta noche a las 7 por Guapa.
17 World Baseball Classic. The championship game, 8-0 Team USA as we move to the 9th inning. Paul Severino, Jim Cott with you. Giancarlo Stanton takes the ball away from Emilio Pagan, 25-year-old relief pitcher in the Mariners organization in his first World Baseball Classic. 7th pitcher of the night for Team Puerto Rico. Waved at and missed by Stanton, 1-1.
We've talked about what it would mean to the various countries, and in Puerto Rico we read, their territory, their commonwealth, but when you talk to the players and the people, General Manager Alex Cora, they consider themselves a country, and even if they were part of the United States as a state, they want their own identity, and they certainly deserve it. James Vargas now playing first base, but what would it mean to the United States? And I think the number one thing, if they polish this off.
And Stanton lifts one to right, back, leaping and unable to make the catch is Rosario. Stanton to second with a leadoff double.
Yeah, I think Stanton thought for a minute it might be out. He had a little home run shot going. Nice effort. But boy, that got out in a hurry. Shows you the kind of power when you get a guy going the opposite field. That's what I wondered if he's still a little closer to the plate. But I think he's going to begin to do that. Cut down on the strikeouts. Hit the ball the opposite way. Tough catch to make. Yeah, I think guys like Stanton, Adam Jones, there's a lot of teams really represented. They're going to go back to the guys and talk about what a great experience this was in these past 2.5 weeks.
Well, leading up to this tournament, when Team USA was announced, well, all the teams, I suppose, were announcing their rosters, but Team USA, when we got a look at who they were sending, the point that I would have made was that, I wonder if in the first 2 World Baseball Classics, it was Team Japan, and obviously what a run they went on to win the first 2 crowns, but there weren't a lot of major leaguers on those teams. Now the Dominican Republic wins in 2013. They run the table. They're having all kinds of fun. They report back with a lot more major leaguers. They report back to spring training. They start jabbing their buddies a little bit. And maybe that starts to light the fire under some of the Team USA players. And perhaps that's why. And again, I don't even want to discuss the players that aren't here, because it's the players that are here. Jim Leland will be the first one to tell you, the guys that are here, you line them up in any way, and we can win ball games.
Yeah, they've proven that. Got a couple close calls.
The ball and 2 strikes to Jonathan Lucroy. Taps one to short. Lindor. Dug out by Vargas.
As Jim Leland told us in some of our manager meetings we had with him, that he has not seen these teams from all over the world before. He was talking about how impressed he was with Team Colombia, and then the program that the Netherlands has. Of course, they've had a great program there for years. But I think with Team USA winning, the other thing is that in America, the United States of America, baseball years ago was the national pastime. Right after World War II, the Cleveland Indians drew 2.7 million people in the 40s. It was unheard of. Baseball was the national pastime. And we kind of like to think that the United States of America are the kings of baseball. They still haven't won the World Baseball Classic. So Japan is gaining. Puerto Rico and the Dominican Venezuela, of course, have produced a lot of big league baseball players, and now are producing competitive teams in the World Baseball Classic with just natives of their own country.
They made it to the championship round in 2009, but lost to the eventual champion Japan. They got past Japan last night, and really they needed to win the last game in San Diego. They needed to beat the Dominican Republic for that last spot here in LA. They did. It's a 1-game semifinal, not a series, so they needed to beat Japan. They did. And they have an 8-0 lead in the 9th inning here against Puerto Rico. And earlier in this game, we had the graphic up about how Jim Leland has won. His teams have won 4 straight win or go home type ball games. Winner take all. Well, these might count a little bit differently, but this, if they hold on, could be 3 straight here in the WBC. 2-1 to Kinsler. Outside, 3-1.
And they've won them with Danny Duffy, Tanner Roark, and on the verge of winning with Marcus Stroman as their starters.
Well, Stroman and Roark the last 2 nights. No runs, 10 innings, 3 hits allowed, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. There's Tanner Roark, big smile on his face. And the walk to Kinsler.
That's what the starting pitchers have done. 36 innings, CDERA, and then what I call power and control walks, hits and pitch. Good combination of strikeouts. Power and control, 29 of them, just 4 walks. So haven't allowed a lot of base runners. Low ERA. And that's really what's carried him. Paul's pointed out earlier the number of strikeouts before these last 2 innings when everything kind of has come unglued for Team Puerto Rico.
Adam Jones, a swing and a miss, 0-1.
Yeah, right now I think, you know, the mentality is let's elevate and celebrate. We got a 8-run lead. See some big swings.
Look above Dodger Stadium, the 0-1. And that's one thing, you know, I was fortunate enough to call games in Seoul for pool play round 1, and the fans out there were great. They've been great throughout all the different stops along the way. When they're cheering for a team up or down, it doesn't matter. Jones grounds into the double play, and that'll do it for Team USA in the 9th inning. Puerto Rico will get 1 more crack at it. They need a big rally, or else the U.S. is the champ.
Finalmente yo encontré a la modelo.
Perfecta. Ella es la chica con la que siempre soñé.
Cuando un cliente hace un pedido, lo atiendo.
¿De qué tipo? Ah, no creo que no sepas.
Es un hombre muy poderoso. Es dueño de una holding gigantesca. Tiene negocios en todo el mundo.
Necesito dinero. Debo ayudar a mi abuela.
Te quiero solo para mí. Para siempre.
Yo te amo. Y no quiero ir a la cama contigo sabiendo que soy alguien a quien encontrar.
No te preocupes. Vas a tener a tu Angel de vuelta. Hay cosas sobre tu hija que tal vez tú no sepas.
Verdades secretas. Pronto, por Guapa.
Yo la quiero toda para mí. Toda.
Se suponía que Omar hablaría contigo, pero él no pudo.
Mañana, la ex ahora es la chota.
¡Elifo, ¿dónde vas? ¡Elif!
Pero esto va más allá.
¿Quién le disparó?
Por fin llegó Columbia, así que el problema ya está resuelto.
No quería que fuera así.
Buenísimo estará.
Hussein, el que los asesinó.
Cara Parage, mañana a las 7 por Guapa.
I just want to be given the chance.
You were the pioneers that built women's football.
The opportunity to succeed.
You are the league of their own.
Figure out what the you need to do mentally to be able to sacrifice everything for the girl next to you.
You ain't got no chance to redeem yourself. This is it.
Oh my God, this is a idiot. From above Dodger Stadium here in Los Angeles, an 8-0 lead for Team USA as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Paul Severino and Jim Cott with you. About to crown the 4th WBC champion. Team Japan won the first 2, Dominican Republic in 2013. And Team USA 3 defensive outs from joining that group here tonight. David Robertson takes over in the 9th, 31-year-old closer of the Chicago White Sox. Originally a 17th round pick by the Yankees in 2006. Inside to Kike Hernandez. 9-1-2 due up for Team Puerto Rico. Angel Pagan and Francisco Lindor due up next. Team Puerto Rico fell behind in the 3rd inning. A 2-run home run from Ian Kinsler. 2 more runs in the 5th. 3 runs in the 7th. Another run in the 8th. And they couldn't get anything going against Marcus Stroman, who pitched into the 7th inning, surrendering just 1 hit. Popped up. Kinsler. Team USA is 2 outs away.
So when we start looking at a MVP for Team USA, it's spread around pretty good.
It is.
Early on, Adam Jones got the big hits. And Danny Duffy came up with a big performance. And then Henderson has 3 saves. Stroman comes up tonight, maybe the starter. Roark with the bullpen last night. Now you have Kinsler the last couple nights with some big hits. But it's really spread around. I mean, we talked about Yadi Molina being the real star for Team Puerto Rico. But it's been quite a team effort. Team USA. A lot of different guys contributed on certain nights when they won games. That's just been carried by one man.
Still on the top step for Team Puerto Rico. As Angel Pagan takes the call, strike 2.
Hosmer, I guess, has the highest batting average.
Randy Crawford's come up with some big. You see, the debate continues. We'll let the other smart folks figure this one out. We'll just report the news, I guess. The 0-2 to Angel Pagan. Up the middle. Out of the reach of Brandon Crawford. A base hit for Angel Pagan.
Well, they being, I guess, the media, I don't know who mentioned, but they do pick an MVP for. There's a smile from Eddie Rosario. That bounces off the mound. Nice effort by Crawford. Right through the wicket. Third hit of the night for Puerto Rico.
They didn't get their first until the 7th inning. It was Angel Pagan who broke it up. A leadoff double against Marcus Stroman. And now Lindor takes ball 1. To Hosmer. He doesn't know that it's stuck in his glove. See out at first base. That one wasn't going anywhere.
No. He thought it went through the web out into right field. And he has to hesitate a minute and say, well, I'm going to get over the bag. Bob was scorched. But right at the gold glove. Now, where's the ball? Oh, there it is. And he just wins the race to the bag.
Baseman number 1, Carlos Correa.
That's when it just sticks in there, I guess. And Team USA is 1 out away.
And you saw a good shot of Adam Jones in center field. Had it not been for his hits against Colombia, they were on the verge of maybe not even getting out of some of those pools without key hits early on.
In all likelihood, Jim Leland's last game as a manager.
the pitch.
1-1.
Correa would have been a possibility for an MVP had Puerto Rico been able to win with all those key hits he got. You got to admire the fans that are here from Puerto Rico. They are standing and applauding their team.
The 1-1. Arenado on the run. There it is. Team USA has won the World Baseball Classic. Team USA joins the Dominican Republic and the two-time champion Japan as the winners of the World Baseball Classic in 2017. Here's a look at the last out. Stroman set the tone in this one. Bats came to life into the game. Adam Jones has come up with some big hits. This has been a fun run for Team USA and for their manager, Jim Leyland.
Yeah, I thought as Team USA rightly so celebrated on the mound, Jim Leyland calmly walked over to give Edwin Rodriguez the hug and shook the hand of every Puerto Rican player before he went to congratulate his own team. So we've seen that in this World Baseball Classic too, an exchange of caps. There have been a few breakouts with some bad blood, but for the most part it's been good, honest competition with a lot of sportsmanship.
Yeah, the passion has been through the roof for the fans, for the players.
Team Puerto Rico gathered around one another to congratulate. These are, as Jim said, make a memory. These are memories in case you don't think that this is that important to these guys. As their careers roll on and end someday, this is going to be a memory where they'll look back and want to have a reunion of what these last 2.5 weeks have been and what they've meant.
And while we see Team USA don their championship caps and t-shirts, Team Puerto Rico kneeling together for one final time, and they had had a terrific run up to this point. And for the second straight WBC, Jim, they fall short of their ultimate goal, losing in the championship game.
Yeah, there's no dominance in this World Baseball Classic like one team. Now, you give credit to the Dominican. They rolled through it pretty well. I mean, they were really a dominant team with all their stars. But this year, you could look at, I mentioned the Adam Jones hit against Colombia. You know, some of those Adam Jones catch. You know, just a few key hits. Andrew McCutcheon got one. You could go right down Team USA's lineup. And there are several teams that could be celebrating out there in the mound as champions with just another key hit, another key out, another key pitch.
Andrew McCutcheon celebrating, feeling good, and why not? Team USA tipping their caps to the crowd. How did they get here? Well, it all started in Miami for Team USA against Colombia. Thanks to Adam Jones, a walk-off single in the 10th inning, a 3-2 victory, and a 5-0 lead against the Dominican Republic. blew that lead. Nelson Cruz, a big home run off Andrew Miller in the 8th. But they were able to shut out Team Canada behind Danny Duffy's strong performance. 4 innings, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts. And off to San Diego they went, where they met Venezuela. Adam Jones tied the game in the 8th inning. Eric Hosmer, a 2-run shot later in that frame. And Team USA won 4-2. The first time they faced Team Puerto Rico, 6 straight hits off of Marcus Stroman to start the ballgame. Team USA came back, though, left a tying run at 3rd in the 9th. They needed to win the game against the Dominican Republic. Carlos Stanton, a tie-breaking home run in the 4th. Adam Jones, one of the images of this tournament, that home run saving grab off of his Oriole teammate Manny Machado. And then here in Los Angeles, Luke Gregerson finishing the job to help push the USA to tonight's game against Puerto Rico. A Puerto Rico team that hadn't lost yet in this tournament, and Marcus Stroman picked up right where he left off the last time he faced Puerto Rico. And then Ian Kinsler got the score and started with this 2-run home run that came in the 3rd inning. Big hit for Brandon Crawford in the 7th inning. And the last out, Nolan Arenado across the diamond. David Robertson gets the last out for Team USA as they celebrate a WBC crown. And now they take their victory lap with the U.S. flag around the warning track here at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, another nice gesture was Team Puerto Rico all coming out, doffing their caps toward Team USA, and then the reverse. So, you know, some bad blood sometimes on the field. These guys will be battling one another during the
Adam Jones and Yelich. Well, Adam Jones has been at the forefront. He said a few weeks back, or a few nights ago rather, that you know, we have a lot of leaders on our team. I'm a leader, but we have a lot of leaders on this club. The team WBC champion. We'll take a quick...
Finalmente yo encontré a la modelo.
Perfecta. Ella es la chica con la que siempre soñé.
Cuando un cliente hace un pedido, lo atiendo.
¿De qué tipo? Ah, no creo que no sepas.
Es un hombre muy poderoso. Es dueño de una holding gigantesca. Tiene negocios en todo el mundo.
Necesito dinero. Debo ayudar a mi abuela.
Te quiero solo para mí. Para siempre.
Yo te amo. Y no quiero ir a la cama contigo sabiendo que soy alguien a quien contar.
No te preocupes. Vas a tener a tu Angel de vuelta. Hay cosas sobre tu hija que tal vez tú no sepas.
Verdades secretas. Pronto, por Guapa. Yo la quiero toda para mí. Toda.
Se suponía que Omar hablaría contigo, pero él no pudo.
Mañana, la ex ahora es la chota.
¡Elito, ¿dónde vas? ¡Elito!
Pero esto va más allá.
¿Quién le disparó?
Por fin llegó Columbo, así que el problema ya está resuelto.
No quería que fuera así.
Buenísimo estará Hussein, el que los asesinó.
Cara Parage, mañana a las 7 por Guapa.
Roman was superb out of the gates. 6+ in, 1 hit. And that 1 hit surrendered on the last batter he faced. Angel Pagan to lead off the 7th inning. There he is, Marcus Stroman, a man of many hats. He'll be one of the pitchers for the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow, but for tonight, he helps lead Team USA to its first WBC crown. And I think that they will celebrate a little bit once they get down to the clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody didn't think this was important to Team USA and that these guys weren't amped up about it. It has all the trimmings of winning Game 7 of the World Series. You know, the celebration on the mound, you got the champagne waiting, trophy presentation, and again, we touched on it briefly. These are the kinds of things, the memories these guys have made that they will carry back to their teammates and say, hey, I want to sign up and be a part of this.
Yeah, and for some of the players who perhaps have not yet played in the postseason or not yet played in a Game 7 type atmosphere, you know, whatever they do at the big league level, I think that they'll be able to pull from this experience. I mean, they basically won 3 straight Game 7s in, what, 4 nights? 4 nights.
Right, and it's not like they won them against minor league players. These are all other big league players that they play against during the year.
They're getting their medals right now. They will get their trophy in just a moment down on the field. Even the bald eagle gets a hat as well. So as they continue to get their medals, we'll get set to send it down to the field as Commissioner Rob Manfred is down there with manager Jim Leland and Greg Amsinger of the Major League Baseball Network down on the first base line as the chants of USA continue to cascade through Dodger Stadium. Well, this was the team that was supposed to get over the hump. The team that Joe Torre put together in hopes of getting that first WBC crown.
Yeah, I think the rewarding part for Jim Leland and for the whole team is the performance of their starting pitchers that were not Cy Young candidates, but yet, boy, when you look at the final numbers of what their starting pitchers did, I don't know if any of the former Cy Young Award winners could have done any better.
I don't think so. A 1.25 ERA for the starting pitchers. As the bald eagle, they hold it up like a trophy, but they're about to get their actual trophy in a moment down on the first base line. Again, down to the field to Greg Amsinger of the MLB Network. So we're getting ready to send it down to the field.
Matt, thank you very much. I'm down on the field with the champions of the 2017 World Baseball Classic, Team USA. Also with me on the stage, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred, the skipper Jim Leland, the Executive Director of the Major League Baseball Players Association, Tony Clark, Mike Gasky, President of Team USA, General Manager of Team USA, Joe Torre, the Hall of Famer, is also with us. And of course, the players of Team USA. It is time now for the official awards presentation. For that, I turn things over to Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred.
On behalf of all of us at Major League Baseball, I want to congratulate Team USA on its first ever World Baseball Classic Championship. And it is my pleasure and honor to present this trophy to the great manager of this team, Jim Leland.
I'm sure they'd like to hold on to it. Come over here, Jim. You won a World Series in your incredible career. A moment like this, explain that emotion.
Well, this is what I'd like to say. I had the honor of managing for our country. The coaches had the honor of coaching for our country. The players had the honor of playing for our country. But this is for the men and women that serve our country. Thank you very much.
Jim, thank you. Thank you. Now it's time to hand out the MVP for this World Baseball Classic. And for that, the Executive Director of the Major League Baseball Players Association, Tony Clark.
Thank you, Greg. Throughout the tournament, we saw unbelievable play on the field. We saw unbelievable at-bats at the plate. Tonight's performance by tonight's MVP was something special on the bump. It's with great pleasure and great pride that tonight's 2017 WBC MVP goes to Marcus Stroman.
Bo. What an experience for you. Tell us what was going through your mind when you were plowing through their lineup without giving up a hit.
I was just doing everything in my power. It's a great offense on the other squad. Just doing everything in my power to change up timing, keeping the ball down in the zone. Me and Luca had a game plan going into it, and just try to stick to it.
I remember the tweet in 2013 when you were like, I'm going to play for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic. Here you are with the Team USA cap. What does this moment mean to you?
Yeah, I had to stay true to my roots. It's huge. It's huge. Just want to thank every single guy on this team. It's been a really special experience. Just kind of developed lifelong friendships. It's been really special. So shout out to the entire team for this.
What was the adjustment you made from the recent performance against Puerto Rico in that first inning? Because you figured it out in that game and you took it to this one.
Yeah, I just left some pitches up in that last game. So just an emphasis on keeping the ball down, throwing off timing. That's a great team over there. It's an all-star lineup, 1 through 9. So you have to do everything in your power to just tame them.
Marcus Stroman, everyone, your MVP of the World Baseball Classic. All right, guys, Christian Yelich, come here. Christian Yelich played an outstanding World Baseball Classic. When you found out you were on this team, and to see your name in the lineup, almost every single